Did Meghan Markle transform Prince Harry into the traitor we see before us today, or is the truth that he was like that all along? New information suggests that Harry has felt resentment towards his family for quite a long time, but getting together with Meghan certainly made it worse. Hello everyone, welcome back to the King YouTube channel. Royal expert Tina Brown has released a new book with the title The Palace Papers Inside the House of Windsor, The Truth and the Turmoil, and it's suggesting that Harry has actually been suffering from mental illness for quite some time, and also that Meghan Markle was not the first person to tell him that he needed to get into therapy. As reported by The Mirror, in the Palace Papers, author Tina Brown claims that Cressida Bonas, Harry's ex-girlfriend, was so worried about him that she suggested that he seek the advice of a psychiatrist. Tina also says that Harry grew angry with William and claims that friction between the brothers escalated after William became patron of the rhino and elephant charity the Tusk Trust 8 years ago. Honestly, I'm not surprised to read this information. I mean, we've said for a long time that the palace did a very good job of covering up who Harry really was. It sounds like Cressida could see problems that maybe other people could not. That Harry really felt a lot of spite and resentment towards his family that wasn't really justified, and so that's why she told him he needed to get therapy. In her book, The Palace Papers, Tina quotes a friend of the brother calling Harry a very, very angry man, and they said the brothers had Olympic rows. After Harry and Cressida's reported 2-year relationship ended back in 2014, Harry wrote Cressida a nice letter saying, "I admire you, I wish you well, and above all, thank you for helping me to address my demons and seek help." Since then, Harry has claimed that it was Meghan who encouraged him to get therapy, that the royal family doesn't believe in therapy really, and that's why they wouldn't help Meghan when she was feeling suicidal. So if this information is true, well, it directly contradicts what Harry and Meghan have claimed since then. Of course, it's nothing new for Harry and Meghan to contradict things they have said in the past, but even so, this is kind of news that Harry and William had so many problems with each other even back then. According to the author Tina Brown, Cressida was the first person to convince Harry to get help from a therapist, taking advice from MI6 to find the right person. She says it is proof that tension between Harry and William was there a long time before he started dating Meghan. But she also admitted the arrival of Meghan changed everything in Harry's world, and claimed the couple became, quote, drunk on a shared fantasy of being the instruments of global transformation who, once married, would operate in the celebrity stratosphere once inhabited by Princess Diana. Now, to me, it really begs the question, what would Harry's life be like if Meghan had not entered it? If she had not convinced him that they could be big celebrities as big as Princess Diana, but the one thing they needed to do was trash his family and betray them? What if Harry and Cressida hadn't broken up? I mean, it sounds like she was a much better match for him. It sounds like she really cared about his mental well-being. Meghan, on the other hand, has always only cared about what she could get from Harry. She doesn't love him as a person. She doesn't care in the least about his mental well-being. As noted in The Mirror, in the past, Tina Brown has claimed that Harry's relationship with his brother was, quote, never the same after he married Catherine. Now, she said the two of them started to drift apart after William and Catherine's wedding day back in 2011. William became a lot more focused on his marriage and his family life with his new wife, according to the source. Well, of course, but how immature of Harry to be unable to accept that. And see, honestly, I believe it. I think Harry is that type of person, where he can't stand to see his own brother experience happiness that he doesn't experience. Harry was just eaten up with jealousy. He always has been. I 100% believe that more than anything, Harry is jealous of William for his relationship with Catherine. He sees that it's not the same as his relationship with Meghan. His relationship with Meghan doesn't come close. I mean, William and Catherine are truly meant for each other. They are true partners. They support each other in every way. But when one is in a relationship with a narcissist, that kind of love and support simply doesn't exist. After William and Catherine got married, Harry was with them a lot. He would go over to have dinner at their place. They would work together. I mean, the three of them were tight. How could we ever forget that once upon a time, Harry did refer to Catherine as the sister I've never had and always wanted. Clearly, there was a lot of love there. The two of them would joke and giggle with each other in a way that Catherine maybe couldn't with William. But then everything changed. According to Tina Brown, things changed even more in the relationship between Harry and William after Princess Charlotte was born in 2015. She wrote, though they were still incredibly close, living next door to each other at Kensington Palace, sharing the same office, and hanging out a lot, Harry started to feel some regret over his once close relationship with his older brother. She went on to add, Harry mourned his us against the world bond with William. Tina writes, Harry felt displaced by their bougie family unit and couldn't understand his brother's obsession with his in-laws. Bucklebury, the Middletons' home, would bore Harry to tears. She went on to write, William and Kate had a tight unit, and William became a full-on Windsor country bumpkin. While this is something we have seen before, it's still a sign of a very disturbed individual when they cannot be happy for their own sibling finding happiness in a partner. And to me, that further proves that Harry never truly grew up emotionally. His emotional intelligence is still that of a 12-year-old boy, if that even, perhaps even younger. And that's why, instead of being happy for his brother, he is simply eaten up with jealousy. He can't stand to see William thriving. I think Harry was jealous of a combination of things. It wasn't only that William had this beautiful wife who he loved with a passion, who he could create a beautiful family with. Harry was also jealous because, like Tina Brown points out, his big brother was growing up and Harry felt left behind. Harry thought they were always going to be together, and I think that's why when he first married Catherine, William and Harry and Catherine spent so much time together. But eventually, as William and Catherine's family grew, of course, they needed to separate from Harry. Harry couldn't be the third parent in that family. It didn't make any sense. But instead of being able to understand that as a mature, rational adult would, Harry just got upset. He felt hurt. And I suspect that is part of the reason that he was such an easy target for Meghan Markle. She knew that Harry was deeply disturbed. She could see that. And she knew that it was going to be easy to play him like a fiddle, and that's exactly what she did. Now, if a nice woman had actually entered Harry's life and wanted to marry him, or rather agreed to marry him, then I think they could have had a wonderful family together and they could have been close with William and Catherine and their children. The cousins could have grown up together. But that was never going to be possible with a narcissist like Meghan Markle. As soon as she entered Harry's world and realized that she was never going to be top dog, that she was never going to be better than Catherine, well, she told Harry they had to leave. Meghan believes herself to be so far above anyone else, she's not going to curtsy to anybody. And as a working royal, that was going to be part of her life. She was going to be expected to curtsy to Catherine and to William, as well as the king and queen. And that was never something she was going to be comfortable with. So instead of doing what Cressida did and encouraging Harry to get help for himself and to overcome his demons, Meghan encouraged those demons to come out and fight, and that is exactly what we have seen ever since then. Harry has done everything he can to hurt his family. He has made horrible accusations against them, called them racist, said they were cold and unfeeling when Meghan was suicidal and refused to get her help. I mean, of course, we know all of these are lies, and Harry knows it too. But the point of these vicious attacks is not, as Harry and Meghan have claimed, to get their version of the story out there. It's to hurt Harry's family just like he believes he has been hurt. And until he can come to his senses and realize that his family were the only ones who ever truly loved him, I'm afraid we're just going to keep on seeing more of the same sick, twisted Harry. And you, what do you think of this news? Please let me know your opinion below in the comments section. If you enjoyed our video today, please do like and share it with anybody else who would appreciate it too. And don't be afraid to click the subscribe button to get more updates in the future. Thank you so much for tuning in, have a lovely weekend, and we'll be back to see you all tomorrow.